It's Madden NFL 23, where we'll see a brawl inside the NFC East. It's the Barons and the Cowboys, and it's coming up next.
Just a gorgeous ball. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick back in 2020 from LSU. It's Joe Burrow.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Quickly to the air is Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A first carry for Tyler Algier. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Fryermuth. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Burrow, he'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. There's Chris Olave. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better, and if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Alex Singleton. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. From the 44, Burrow. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The Cowboys sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Again, it's Burrow. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Burrow will throw. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball, has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Algier hammering for diving for the end zone, and the ball's knocked out. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So crisis averted, but now facing 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Algier, losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Boswell's kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll go option to the short side. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try for the first with Walker. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to punt it.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Yeah, yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Olave over the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. They'll start by running the option to the right. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, it's Walker. He'll get a yard. That's all as they get him down at the 28. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now. It's Brooklyn in possession. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And some room to maneuver. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll go option on 2nd down, right side. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper. And a first down. Well, he's certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to him.
And partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Chase Young in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Burrow on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Burrow on play action. Dumps this one off to Algier. And they're going to get this up to midfield. From midfield now, Burrow. And he floated one out there incomplete. This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. It's complete to Hopkins. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Algier now up the middle. Nifty move. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Trying the left side with Algier. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tyler Algier with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have moved out in front. Great call to hand that one off, and his running back did the rest.
Someone read their keys correctly. And on the defensive side of the ball, they certainly did not, because they really essentially were just going to swarm the quarterback. They kind of guessed themselves out of the play, and guess who benefited? The guy with the football.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 10-3. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, but you know what else is happening too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. He's going to keep this again. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper. It looked like almost some miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Chase Young in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They'll set up to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover him?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. The pass caught by Olave. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. This complete to Lockett. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon. Thank you very much.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
He'll decide to keep this once more. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll try to run the option here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That time they pick up a 24 yards on the keeper. First down.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he collapsed down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the second level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Give to Walker on the read option. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Again, it's Walker. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. This is caught by Robinson. And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. McPherson's kick is good. And they will cut the lead back down to a touchdown now at 13-6. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Play action. It's Burrow. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
Second down, it's Henderson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Henderson will try and run for the first. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
Because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he'll push forward for a couple to the 34.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And they run the option on 2nd down. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
And if you're keeping an eye on the box score, that last run puts him over the 100-yard mark for the game. And this defense has just had all sorts of trouble trying to keep him under wraps, both passing and running.
Give to Walker on the read option. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. T.J. Watt coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
On 2nd, here's Algier.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Now Burrow down around his goal line. Toward the sideline, it's complete, an athletic grab, but still well short of the 1st. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Taking on the midfield logo. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll try and run the option left side. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, 1st down.
Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we play 3 quarters.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson.
From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
And out now come the Cowboys. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the defense will get their hands on it. Going the other way. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Henderson now on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. Now it's Burrow. Olave holds it in. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. To the air again, Burrow. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Burrow. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So a costly INT in the end zone, no less, puts the brakes on their potential scoring drive.
So many teams stick with the passing game down near the goal line because they see it as an extension of what they do between the 20s. But as we said many, many times, the further you drive, the more the field shrinks. And that was a nice job of making a play on the football and coming away with the interception.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
He's going to try and take off with it.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Agnew now to return. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Now this one taken in by Olave.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow.
A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Calling a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a completion to Wilson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, Definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. And it sets him back for second down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Straight ahead, Walker. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble of 6, but now it's 4th.
This is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. Takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
On the return, here's Agnew. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now, Burrow. And his throw here's incomplete. Another incompletion would certainly be ideal defensively. A big play now. This is 3rd and 10. Burrow will throw. Escaping the... Now Burrow loses the football.
And this is picked up by the defense. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. So a big turn of events there. This defense makes the play. They return it for the score, and now they have the lead.
So much for ball security for the offense. Playing with a lead in the second half. They give the ball up, and all of a sudden they're behind.
Big-time fumble. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
So now the Cowboys down 16-13. At time, a huge factor. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Olave over the middle.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Burrow.
And incomplete on the deep ball. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
Throwing. Burrow.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch.
And he is going to have the Cowboys first down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. 18 of them.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Here's Burrow.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try to rise up and overcome it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Burrow.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Boswell for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown that puts him out in front here in the final minute of the contest.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll look to throw.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball on 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
right? Get your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Cowboys,
they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.